beautiful?
You look so beautiful.
Do I look beautiful?
You do.
Oh my God.
I would do you.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Gill. Undignified things I've done to maintain my semi-anonymous comedy career. The one that stuck on my ribs, I was scheduled to perform at the prestigious Mitchell Brothers Theater in San Francisco. If you are a pornography connoisseur, you know that that is where Behind the Green Door was filmed. A most excellent classic porno, highly recommend it. It's rare that performers who aren't who aren't professionally occupied with the, club, are invited in, but I had the rare opportunity to go to a stand-up set at Mitchell Brothers, so I wouldn't miss that for anything. If you know anything about Mitchell Brothers history, it's a bit storied. Two brothers owned it, one brother killed the other, went to jail, and then his daughter took over. That daughter, Maida Mitchell, is an incredible woman, true treat, so glad to work for her. So I was really excited to just be in the club and work in the club and to be behind the scenes with all the ladies who dance. There are surprising parallels to the life of a stand-up comic and the life of a stripper. I was really excited when I walked on stage. I didn't have a big plan. I was just going to kind of riff and play and see what happened. So I was joking with the audience and I looked at the ladies who work at the club standing by the side of the stage. And I just had to make the observation that I could not physically, in any human realm, do their job. I was just so impressed with their skill level, their athleticism, and everything that they were, the power that they have, that I was just making jokes about it. And somebody in the audience shouted out, "I bet you could. I bet you could." And so I thought I'd riff my way out of it. No, I can't. And somehow in my mind it made sense to say, like, you don't have enough money to see that. Like, you couldn't pay me enough to see that. I sort of forgot that we were in a strip club and that's exactly what people brought money to do. So people started shouting that they had money. I asked what they were going to throw. Somebody said $10. So I thought I was saved because look, I know, but that's an insulting offer. So I was making jokes about that, and then I hear from behind me up in the risers, "I got 40 on it." And I turn around, and it's Maida Mitchell, flanked like, the leader of the Mighty Ducks by beautiful women on both sides, just telling me, holding $40 out, ready to toss it on the stage. And in that moment, I knew I had to decide whether or not I was going to take off all my clothes. There was no halfway. I was either going to bail right then or totally go for it. And on one hand, I always want to totally go for it, just period. And it occurred to me that if a biography is ever written about Caitlin Gill, like, if I followed through on this challenge, one of the sentences might be, like, Caitlin couldn't find funding for her movie, and Maida Mitchell heard about it, and then a wheelbarrow full of glittery hundreds appeared at Caitlin's doorstep, and the movie you all love was made. So I thought, all right, this is the time. I had not intended to remove my clothes in front of anyone that day, let alone a sold-out crowd full of people. Legs unshaved, raggedy-ass Target underwear, dirty beige bra, like I knew what I was rocking. But I just started peeling it all off. And in Caitlin style, I explained where I got everything. This is my $5 H&M tee. This is my $5 H&M tank. These are my $15 H&M pants. And I, just took it to the buff. Cash started flying. The floor was covered with my clothes and bills. And I felt amazing. Actually, it's incredibly freeing. If you've never been naked on stage, I highly recommend it. And I realized my set was over, and I reached down to get my clothes, but I was kind of brushed away. And I remembered that, like, a strip club kind of works like a tennis court. They have these runners that come, like they would get a tennis ball, they come out to get your clothes. So I couldn't gather my own clothes. What I had to do was walk off the stage naked, walk up a flight of stairs naked, walk past the rest of the comedians on the bill naked, and then just stand in the back waiting for this runner to come back with a pile of my clothes and a fedora full of enough money to pay my security deposit when I moved to LA. If I hadn't stripped down that night, I don't know how I would have done it. So take all your clothes off, make your rent.
Amazing.